fund, fund. He donated to a fund to help sick people. He donated to a fund to help sick people. Review, review. Review the contract carefully and stamp it. Review the contract carefully and stamp it. Barn, barn. She stacked the rice and beans in the barn. She stacked the rice and beans in the barn. Admit, admit. I frankly admitted that I was wrong. I frankly admitted that I was wrong. Lay, lay. I laid 2 sticks side by side. I laid 2 sticks side by side. Beetle, beetle. The beetle has a hard shell. The beetle has a hard shell. Collection, collection. Her stamp collection is amazing. Her stamp collection is amazing. Depend, depend. Babies totally depend on their parents. Babies totally depend on their parents. Greet, greet. He greeted his senior in a small voice. He greeted his senior in a small voice. Midnight, midnight. I studied until midnight because of the exam. I studied until midnight because of the exam. Disturb, disturb. Don't disturb the sleeping baby. Don't disturb the sleeping baby. Amount, amount. The amount of money I spent on English is a lot. The amount of money I spent on English is a lot. Odd, odd. It's odd that he refused to eat meat. It's odd that he refused to eat meat. Stun, stun. The intruder stunned the guards with a stick. The intruder stunned the guards with a stick. Define, define. Let's define the exact meaning of this sentence. Let's define the exact meaning of this sentence. Situation, situation. She's in a serious situation in which she faced a bear. She's in a serious situation in which she faced a bear. Lose, lose. The accident was caused by a loose nail on the train. The accident was caused by a loose nail on the train. Envelope, envelope. He put a letter in the envelope and sealed it. He put a letter in the envelope and sealed it. Backyard, backyard. I grow radishes and cabbage in the backyard. I grow radishes and cabbage in the backyard. Perfect, perfect. This is the perfect place to farm. This is the perfect place to farm. Fate, fate. Birth and death are the fate of all humans. Birth and death are the fate of all humans. Rapid, rapid. The leopard and rhino fell into the rapid water. The leopard and rhino fell into the rapid water. Mentor, mentor. The mentor gives advice on business. The mentor gives advice on business. Profession, profession. This is not a profession, but a hobby for him. This is not a profession, but a hobby for him. Farewell, farewell. The graduating students said farewell to their teacher. The graduating students said farewell to their teacher. Edition, edition. This magazine has been issued up to 100 editions. This magazine has been issued up to 100 editions. Tunnel, tunnel. The excavator dug up a tunnel under the river. The excavator dug up a tunnel under the river. Revolution, revolution. The Industrial Revolution happened in England. The Industrial Revolution happened in England. Sacrifice, sacrifice. War sacrifices innocent people. War sacrifices innocent people. Nearly. Nearly. She climbed the mountain nearly every day. She climbed the mountain nearly every day. Messenger. Messenger. The messenger delivered the king's command. The messenger delivered the king's command. Position. Position. I took pictures in a fixed position. I took pictures in a fixed position. Rubbish. Rubbish. The living room is full of rubbish after the party. The living room is full of rubbish after the party. Margin. Margin. He wrote the point at the margin of the textbook. He wrote the point at the margin of the textbook. Lid. Lid. When water boils, hurry to open the lid of the pot. When water boils, hurry to open the lid of the pot. Eyesight. Eyesight. He had eye surgery for his bad eyesight. He had eye surgery for his bad eyesight. Chase. Chase. The cat is trying his best to chase the mice. The cat is trying his best to chase the mice. Standard. Standard. He uses standard language instead of dialect. He uses standard language instead of dialect. Oh. Oh. I owed my success to my parents' sacrifice. I owed my success to my parents' sacrifice. Explore. Explore. Astronauts explore the universe. Astronauts explore the universe. Develop. Develop. The chemists have developed a new material. The chemists have developed a new material. Spread. Spread. She spread a mat on the grass. She spread a mat on the grass. Rescue. Rescue. He rescued the drowning man. He rescued the drowning man. Venture. Venture. It is a great venture to start a business. It is a great venture to start a business. Sled. Sled. White dogs are pulling the heavy sled. White dogs are pulling the heavy sled. Earning. Earning. The earning of the company has risen sharply. The earning of the company has risen sharply. Well known. Well known. Murphy's Law is a well-known theory. Murphy's Law is a well-known theory. Stream. Stream. A small stream is flowing under the bridge. A small stream is flowing under the bridge. Tradition. Tradition. Eating rice cake soup on New Year's Day is a tradition. Eating rice cake soup on New Year's Day is a tradition. Bare. Bare. The children walked on the sand in bare feet. The children walked on the sand in bare feet. Squirrel. Squirrel. A squirrel hid the acorn in a tree hole. A squirrel hid the acorn in a tree hole. Scan. Scan. The policeman scanned the room as soon as he came in. The policeman scanned the room as soon as he came in. Forever. Forever. His invention of the bulb will be remembered forever. His invention of the bulb will be remembered forever. Equipment. Equipment. She prepared the climbing equipment. She prepared the climbing equipment. Correctly. Correctly. He guessed the riddle correctly. He guessed the riddle correctly. Coast. Coast. The typhoon destroyed the houses on the coast. The typhoon destroyed the houses on the coast. Armchair. Armchair. The old man watched the sunset from an armchair. The old man watched the sunset from an armchair. Anxiety. Anxiety. Parents always feel anxiety for their children. Parents always feel anxiety for their children. Outdoor. Outdoor. They swam in the outdoor swimming pool. They swam in the outdoor swimming pool. Dew. Dew. A deer grows up eating the dew on grass. A deer grows up eating the dew on grass. December. December. As you know, Christmas is in December. As you know, Christmas is in December. Unlock. Unlock. He entered the password to unlock the door. He entered the password to unlock the door. Hell. Hell. She believes in heaven and hell. She believes in heaven and hell. Housewife. Housewife. She is a housewife with children. She is a housewife with children. Remain. Remain. The wound still remains on his face. The wound still remains on his face. Sightsee. Sightsee. There are a lot of historic sites to sightsee in this area. There are a lot of historic sites to sightsee in this area. Clap. Clap. I clapped my hands to the beat of the song. I clapped my hands to the beat of the song. Casual. Casual. Casual clothes are most comfortable when playing. Casual clothes are most comfortable when playing. Pleasant. Pleasant. Thanks to her, it was a pleasant evening. Thanks to her, it was a pleasant evening. Force. Force. The enemy surrendered against the strong military force. The enemy surrendered against the strong military force. Sculpture. Sculpture. The bank set up the sculpture of an angel. The bank set up the sculpture of an angel. Shock. Shock. Her retirement announcement is a shock to everyone. Her retirement announcement is a shock to everyone. Unlucky. Unlucky. It was unlucky that he missed the last bus. It was unlucky that he missed the last bus. Rumor. Rumor. There was a rumor that he would be promoted soon. There was a rumor that he would be promoted soon. Frown. Frown. Don't frown anymore and smile broadly. Don't frown anymore and smile broadly. Fit. Fit. This dress fits my slender body. This dress fits my slender body. Pole. Pole. She tied the dog to the pole for a while. She tied the dog to the pole for a while. Flesh. Flesh. Food eventually becomes your bones and flesh. Food eventually becomes your bones and flesh. These. These. These are farewell gifts from my friends. These are farewell gifts from my friends. Meadow. Meadow. A herd of buffaloes is grazing in the meadow. A herd of buffaloes is grazing in the meadow. Fusion. Fusion. This food is a fusion of Korean and Western food. This food is a fusion of Korean and Western food. Creation. Creation. The creation of life is still a mystery. The creation of life is still a mystery. Sincerely. Sincerely. He sincerely wished for her happiness. He sincerely wished for her happiness. Pray. Pray. The eagle is flying to find prey. The eagle is flying to find prey. Pour. Pour. Pour milk into flour and mix well. Pour milk into flour and mix well. Pork. Pork. We eat beef, pork, and chicken. We eat beef, pork, and chicken. Limited. Limited. I judge the situation with limited information. I judge the situation with limited information. Heating. Heating. Our apartment adopted a district heating system. Our apartment adopted a district heating system. Gateway. Gateway. The wagon just passed the gateway. The wagon just passed the gateway. Selection. Selection. He has difficulty in selection. He has difficulty in selection. Pearl. Pearl. She picked a pearl necklace instead of a gold one. She picked a pearl necklace instead of a gold one. Limp. Limp. I limped because I hurt my leg while playing soccer. I limped because I hurt my leg while playing soccer. Deck. Deck. The crew and captain are working on the deck. The crew and captain are working on the deck. Earthquake. Earthquake. There was a strong earthquake in Japan. There was a strong earthquake in Japan. Tone. Tone. He asked for a refund in an angry tone. He asked for a refund in an angry tone. Naked. Naked. She walked on the gravel with her naked feet. She walked on the gravel with her naked feet. Biology. Biology. He studied frogs in biology class. He studied frogs in biology class. Bless. Bless. God will bless you for your generosity. God will bless you for your generosity. Distant. Distant. Her house is distant from my house. Her house is distant from my house. Sow. Sow. I sowed lettuce seeds all over the garden. I sowed lettuce seeds all over the garden. Triumph. Triumph. The baseball team trained for triumph. The baseball team trained for triumph. Bracelet. Bracelet. She has both a ring and a bracelet. She has both a ring and a bracelet. Economy. Economy. Korea's economy is deeply related to export. Korea's economy is deeply related to export. Degree. Degree. The angle of this triangle is 60 degrees. The angle of this triangle is 60 degrees. Impressive. Impressive. Her first speech was very impressive. Her first speech was very impressive. Stony. Stony. This road is so stony that it is hard to walk on. This road is so stony that it is hard to walk on. Weekly. Weekly. I subscribe to a weekly magazine for common sense. I subscribe to a weekly magazine for common sense. Tragic. Tragic. She cried when she heard the tragic story. She cried when she heard the tragic story. Joyful. Joyful. He was extremely joyful to win the ping pong game. He was extremely joyful to win the ping pong game. Painful. Painful. It is really painful if you get stung by a swarm of bees. It is really painful if you get stung by a swarm of bees. Frequent. Frequent. He was punished for his frequent lateness. He was punished for his frequent lateness. Respond. Respond. He immediately responded to her request. He immediately responded to her request. Site. Site. The boss signed a site contract for the factory. The boss signed a site contract for the factory. Pimple. Pimple. Never squeeze pimples with your hands. Never squeeze pimples with your hands. Torch. Torch. We went into the cave with a torch. We went into the cave with a torch. Dozen. Dozen. How much is a dozen of pencils? How much is a dozen of pencils? Quarrel. Quarrel. They're quarreling over a minor problem. They're quarreling over a minor problem. Search. Search. She searched for the ring in the drawer. She searched for the ring in the drawer. Roadside. Roadside. She planted trees along the roadside. She planted trees along the roadside. Barber shop. Barber shop. The men usually went to the barber shop. The men usually went to the barber shop. Confusing. Confusing. The subway line is somewhat confusing. The subway line is somewhat confusing. Telescope. Telescope. He observed Venus with a telescope. He observed Venus with a telescope. Frozen. Frozen. We rode a sled on the frozen river. We rode a sled on the frozen river. Grasshopper. Grasshopper. There's a male entertainer who resembles a grasshopper. There's a male entertainer who resembles a grasshopper. Harvest. Harvest. Flood is the cause of bad harvest of the year. Flood is the cause of bad harvest of the year. Cleaner. Cleaner. He took pride as a street cleaner. He took pride as a street cleaner. Southern. Southern. I like this house because it's in the southern direction. I like this house because it's in the southern direction. Vehicle. Vehicle. The vehicle on which the students were riding was broken. The vehicle on which the students were riding was broken. Unusual. Unusual. This blue flower has an unusual smell. This blue flower has an unusual smell. Scene. Scene. She closed her eyes in a scary scene. She closed her eyes in a scary scene. Greedy. Greedy. He is greedy about money and food. He is greedy about money and food. Mercy. Mercy. I showed mercy to the hungry beggar. I showed mercy to the hungry beggar. Aware. Aware. He was aware that something was wrong. He was aware that something was wrong. Function. Function. This machine has a lot of useful functions. This machine has a lot of useful functions. Skillful. Skillful. The fast leopard is a skillful hunter. The fast leopard is a skillful hunter. Wooden. Wooden. The brick house is stronger than the wooden house. The brick house is stronger than the wooden house. Romantic. Romantic. She had a romantic meal with him. She had a romantic meal with him. Spiral. Spiral. The shell of the snail has a spiral shape. The shell of the snail has a spiral shape. Membership. Membership. Submit the membership application by today. Submit the membership application by today. Secondary. Secondary. The secondary danger of the bomb is dust. The secondary danger of the bomb is dust. Railroad. Railroad. The company transports goods by railroad. The company transports goods by railroad. Mixture. Mixture. Pour the mixture of water and milk into flour. Pour the mixture of water and milk into flour. rule, rule. There are no exceptions to school rules. There are no exceptions to school rules. Dead, dead. The vet thought the snake was already dead. The vet thought the snake was already dead. Fiction, fiction. Love in reality is more romantic than in fiction. Love in reality is more romantic than in fiction. Boast, boast. He boasted about his success all day long. He boasted about his success all day long. Fame, fame. His fame as a scientist has become widespread. His fame as a scientist has become widespread. Ambition, ambition. She has the ambition to become a minister. She has the ambition to become a minister. Catalog, catalog. Will you get the products catalog? Will you get the products catalog? Department, department. He works in the accounting department. He works in the accounting department. Wipe, wipe. He wiped the floor clean with a mop. He wiped the floor clean with a mop. Cunning, cunning. The cunning fox deceived the foolish lion. The cunning fox deceived the foolish lion. Ray, ray. All baggage is inspected by X-ray. All baggage is inspected by X-ray. Feather, feather. These shoes are as light as a bird's feather. These shoes are as light as a bird's feather. Chimney, chimney. Black smoke came up through the chimney. Black smoke came up through the chimney. Contrary, contrary. This is contrary to the result that I expected. This is contrary to the result that I expected. Cozy, cozy. She felt cozy by the fireplace. She felt cozy by the fireplace. Banker, banker. The banker is skillfully counting the money. The banker is skillfully counting the money. Cop, cop. The cop sent hand signals instead of a traffic light. The cop sent hand signals instead of a traffic light. Cough, cough. If you suddenly cough, cover your mouth with your forearm. If you suddenly cough, cover your mouth with your forearm. Permit, permit. The government permitted us to visit China. The government permitted us to visit China. Script, script. She is a writer of movie scripts. She is a writer of movie scripts. Coeducation, coeducation. He is a middle school student in coeducation. He is a middle school student in coeducation. Erase, erase. Erase the incorrect answer before it's too late. Erase the incorrect answer before it's too late. Sweet, sweet. This candy tastes sweet and sour. This candy tastes sweet and sour. Therefore, therefore. I am a student. Therefore, I have to study. I am a student. Therefore, I have to study. Eagerly, eagerly. He eagerly waited for her to appear. He eagerly waited for her to appear. Terrible, terrible. She saw the scene of a terrible accident. She saw the scene of a terrible accident. District, district. Grapes are mass-produced in this district. Grapes are mass-produced in this district. Ceramic, ceramic. The bathroom floor is covered in ceramic tiles. The bathroom floor is covered in ceramic tiles. envelope, envelope. The black cape enveloped Harry completely. The black cape enveloped Harry completely. Source, source. The source of his confidence is his family. The source of his confidence is his family. Auction, auction. She bought a rare stamp from the auction. She bought a rare stamp from the auction. False, false. The thief showed a false identification card. The thief showed a false identification card. Fortunate, fortunate. It was fortunate that Jisung met the director. It was fortunate that Jisung met the director. Lab, lab. He sent a sample to the lab for testing. He sent a sample to the lab for testing. Solid, solid. The solid ice melted into liquid water. The solid ice melted into liquid water. Available, available. The information is available to anyone who wants it. The information is available to anyone who wants it. Quietly, quietly. He quietly opened the classroom door to go inside. He quietly opened the classroom door to go inside. Far, far. Her house is not far from the office. Her house is not far from the office. Toothache, toothache. I went to the dentist because I had a toothache. I went to the dentist because I had a toothache. Succeed, succeed. She succeeded as a career woman. She succeeded as a career woman. Riddle, riddle. I already know the answer to this riddle. I already know the answer to this riddle. Terrify, terrify. The appearance of giant monsters terrified me. The appearance of giant monsters terrified me. Semester, semester. Which subject did you apply for this semester? Which subject did you apply for this semester? Minor, minor. A minor defect was found on this machine. A minor defect was found on this machine. Slave, slave. The boss treated the employee like a slave. The boss treated the employee like a slave. Scientific, scientific. There was a scientific investigation of the fire. There was a scientific investigation of the fire. Emotion, emotion. Singing is a way to express emotion. Singing is a way to express emotion. Elementary, elementary. Her daughter entered elementary school. Her daughter entered elementary school. Quite, quite. I am quite busy with cleaning and housework. I am quite busy with cleaning and housework. Underneath, underneath. Let's go after we take a rest underneath this pine tree. Let's go after we take a rest underneath this pine tree. Stomach, stomach. He felt a severe pain in his stomach. He felt a severe pain in his stomach. Skill, skill. This job requires both skill and experience. This job requires both skill and experience. Grind, grind. I grind my teeth badly when I sleep. I grind my teeth badly when I sleep. Somehow, somehow. He somehow passed the entrance exam. He somehow passed the entrance exam. Pair, pair. She lost a pair of earrings while wearing makeup. She lost a pair of earrings while wearing makeup. Capable, capable. He is quite capable of dancing and singing. He is quite capable of dancing and singing. Merry, merry. We say Merry Christmas. We say Merry Christmas. Active, active. He is active despite his age. He is active despite his age.